Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Amagyanatimirandasya Jnananjanasalakaya Chakhurinimilitanjena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Jana Bhutale Soyam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavanam Cha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatham Mitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Radha Krishna Padan Saganaritam Sri Visakham Vitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Prakta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sito Devi Pranamami Haripriya Vancha kalpatrivasya kurpa sindhuvaivacha patitanam pavanabhya vaishnavbhyo namo namaha namo vishnupadaya krishna prestaya bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Samiti Namini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pasat Desatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gauravakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So Hare Krishna, welcome to the Bhagavad Gita 18th session. Today we are going to discuss very important chapter. This is Karma Yoga, chapter 3 of Bhagavad Gita. That is called Action in Krishna Consciousness. So Prabhupada has very nicely mentioned that this chapter is very, very important to clearing the path of Krishna consciousness for all students who are serious about understanding the mystery of Bhagavad Gita. Because sometimes the students of Bhagavad Gita get confused between the Karma Yoga and Bhakti Yoga. So there is a very thin line, which is Prabhupada has explained, and Krishna also spoke to Arjuna and clearing the path. So in chapter 1, we saw that Arjuna, representing a conditioned soul, he was overwhelmed with compassion, seeing his kith and kin. He decided not to fight, and he was overtaken by the grief. And second chapter, Lord is encouraging Arjuna and giving the summary of all Bhagavad Gita, starting from the Sankhya Yoga. The Sankhya Yoga is analytical study between the soul and the body. And after that, this Sankhya Yoga or this Jnana Yoga, some Prabhupada say also Sankhya Yoga is a Jnana Yoga also. So after the Sankhya Yoga, then Krishna is speaking to Arjuna to Buddhi Yoga, which is actually Krishna consciousness or Karma Yoga. So Arjuna speaking to Buddhi Yoga that how we can perform your activities in Buddhi Yoga so that you cannot be you can be free from all this bondage, all this reaction of your activities. So when Krishna was Krishna also at the same time telling him that you have to fight, in this Buddhi Yoga. So Arjuna was very confused because there's a misunderstanding. Sometimes Krishna consciousness is misunderstood as inertia or a retire from the active life. Sometimes it is like withdraw to the secluded place, go to Himalayan cave and do tapasya, austerity, all the things. So Arjuna was thinking like this. This is Krishna consciousness. So he is doubt now. Then if this is Krishna consciousness, why you are engaged me in this act of fighting? Why you are inducing me to the fighting? So Arjuna was a little bit of doubt about it, what to do and what not to do. So he's asking this very important questions so that everybody will come to know what is called Buddhi Yoga or Karma Yoga. So sometimes the people thinking that Krishna consciousness means like retired from life, because after retired of the life you can advance in Krishna consciousness. But Krishna has not advocated, neither he allowed this, neither he taught about this is Krishna consciousness. So whole idea is that very important point. So the spiritual life means the cultivation of spiritual knowledge. There's no need go to Himalayan or secluded places. Lord Krishna is teaching how to remain in this position. Never mind whatever you are. You are an engineer, you are a doctor, you are a Brahmana, you are a Kshatriya. Never mind whatever your social position. But one can be perfectly Krishna consciousness. Just like Arjuna. Arjuna was a military man. After hearing Bhagavad Gita, he did not change his profession, but he changed his mentality. That is required. He changed his consciousness. He changed his perspective, how he was acting. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also say that. Sthane sthita sutigatam tanumanavir. You do not need to change your position, social position. No, that is not advocated by the Krishna. But you have to change your spiritual disposition. So karma yoga means you do not have to change the social position, but spiritual disposition, spiritual mentality, spiritual consciousness. That is important. You have to adjust that. So how you have to do that is Krishna is showing that Arjuna is a military man. And in the beginning of the fighting, he is reluctant to fight. Why? Whole program is that if he's thinking, Arjuna thought that if I kill my kinsman, I will not be happy. I will be sorry. Oh, this is not palatable for me. This is not good for my senses. So, but when Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita and Arjuna understood this was the plan of Krishna to get rid of all unwanted kings, unwanted elements, because Krishna appeared to establish the dharma and annihilate the miscreants. So when Arjuna understood that he is just an instrument, Krishna says in 13th chapter, 11th chapter, that Sabhyasati Bhavas, Nimitta Matra Sabhyasati, the instrument. Then he understood that whole idea of sense gratification is not actually the real program, real Krishna consciousness. Whole idea of karma yoga means Arjuna now, after hearing Bhagavad Gita, he is now interested to fight. Because he understood it is the sense gratification of Krishna, it is the plan of Krishna, it is the desire of Krishna. So he dovetail his plan according to the plan of Krishna. So karma yoga means dovetailing our plan, dovetailing our action with Krishna's plan. That is karma yoga. Everything for the Krishna. He is a fighter, he remain a fighter, but he fight for Krishna. That is, he became a perfect devotee. Krishna himself certified, Bhaktosi me sakateti. Arjuna, you are my friend and devotee. So one can become a devotee, perfect devotee, simply by doing the karma yoga in Krishna consciousness or action in Krishna consciousness. Everything is dovetail. That is real understanding of the Krishna. This is a technique of Krishna consciousness, technique of karma yoga. Prabhupada has been very nicely presented in chapter 3 Bhagavad Gita. Nirbandhe Krishna Sambandhe, Yukta Vairagya. Real renunciation is not that you give up everything, go to Himalaya. That is also required. But those who cannot execute Krishna consciousness, for them you may go to Himalaya. But those who can prosecute or perform the Krishna consciousness, for them it is required. You have to work, but in a Krishna consciousness. You link up with Krishna, give the result to Krishna. It is for Krishna, for the satisfaction of Krishna, not for me. That is Krishna consciousness. Nothing is rejected. Our Vaishnava philosophy, we do not reject anything. Rupa Goswami say, no, everything we will use for Krishna. Every our profession, whether I'm an engineer, doctor, Brahmana, Kshatriya, everything can be used for Krishna. It is not so-called morality, it's beyond this morality, Krishna consciousness platform. Sometimes one person see gold and stone. A moral person may not take it because he thinks that, oh, this is not mine. But a Krishna consciousness person will take the gold, not out of greed or use of for his personal use, but he will take the gold for the use of Krishna. Everything in the service of Krishna. That is Krishna consciousness. So the Karma Yoga is introducing with the Karma Yoga that everybody is work. Karma means action, fruitive action. Whole world is working hard, day and night. There he enormous stressful life, undergoing exceedingly busy life. For what purpose? To earn some money, increasing our sense gratification. That business is going on everywhere in the world. But when you add the yoga, means you, whatever profession, whatever occupation you are doing, you engage, but the results should be linked up with Krishna. Results should be given to the Krishna. That is called Karma Yoga. Otherwise, it will bondage, because every action has got reaction, whether it is good or bad. In this way, we will be entangled in this material world. To unfold more about details about Karma Yoga, so let us read this chapter 3, that how Krishna say that Krishna consciousness is not to remain in a secluded place and get cheap advertisement, admiration. No. You do the practical work for me. Even you can go to a new or congested city or Singapore or Bombay, but you preach Krishna consciousness, you work for Krishna. That is real meaning of Karma Yoga. You do not enjoy, you link up the Krishna. This linking up process with Krishna is called Karma Yoga. So with this notes, we will start our chapter 1 of test 1. Test 1. I have a slide I can show you. So we can go to here, chapter 3, test 1. So the first verses of chapter 3, Karma Yoga, starts with Arjuna's inquiry. Arjuna, as a inexperienced or premature or spiritualist, is asking this question for everyone, on behalf of everybody, all the devotees, all the students of Gita, to clear this doubt, what is called Karma Yoga. Here very beautiful verses. Jayasi chet karmanaste matha buddhi janardana tat kim karmani ghore mam niyojasya Kesava. See, very nice. Oh Janardan, oh Kesava, why do you want to engage me in this ghastly warfare if you think that intelligence is better than Putiba? So here Arjuna is taking Buddhi Yoga, means Krishna say Buddhi Yoga. In chapter 2, if you go to chapter 2, Krishna is speaking about Buddhi Yoga. In this chapter, there are two kind of things he is speaking. Krishna in these beautiful verses, 239. In the last chapter, he told about this Buddhi Yoga. So Krishna here is using the word Buddhi Yoga. Esatya abhitya sankhya buddhi yogato imam srinu. So Krishna here telling, thus I have described you the knowledge to you through analytical study. So Krishna described from chapter 2, text 11 to 30 about the Sankhya philosophy. You are not this body, you are the spirit soul. What is the difference between characteristic of body and soul, characteristic of soul? So this kind of analysis between body and soul. Now listen, I explain in terms of working without fruitive result. O son of Partha, when you act in such a knowledge, you can free yourself from the bondage of work. So here Krishna using you can act in such a knowledge that how using working in that knowledge that you work but without fruitive result. You yourself free from the bondage of the wars. So Arjuna take it literally. Oh, Buddhi Yoga means intelligent with knowledge. I have to apply my knowledge. So why should I fight? So he whole idea is to avoid the fighting. His whole idea is how to avoid the fighting. So, but still at the same time, she has got a doubt and he's asking to Krishna, please tell me why you are engaging me in all these things. So we will go to the slide. It would be easier for us to understand. I have a slide, Bhagavad Gita, so we can easily understand very, yeah, I can make it full screen layout. No, we cannot see here. So anyway, we can use this one. So we can go to the next verses. Next verses, Arjuna is speaking that my intelligence is built by your equivocal instruction. Therefore, please tell me decisively what is most beneficial for me. Sometimes if somebody will say you work, whatever the work engineer, at the same time you become spiritualist. So one may think, oh, how it is possible? I will do my ordinary work, prescribed duty. At the same time, I become a spiritualist. It looks like equivocal. It cannot be. So therefore, Arjuna is asking how it is possible. You are telling me to fight at the same time you are telling me buddhi yoga, intelligent, apply your intelligence. So please tell me what is really thing. So Arjuna is asking this question as a student of Bhagavad Gita, serious student to Lord. So Lord is answering is Bhagavan Uvacha Lokesmin Dividhanista Pura Prakta Mayanga Jnana Jogena Sankyanam Karma Jogena Joginam. So Krishna here clear this Buddhi Yoga means Karma Yoga or action in Krishna consciousness. The blessed Lord say, O sinless Arjuna, I have already explained that there are two classes of men who realize the self. Some are inclined to understand him by empirical philosophical speculation, and others are inclined to know him by devotional work. The Prabhupada also, Karma Yogena, he's telling devotional work. Prabhupada, beautiful. Everything he knows that every yoga, whether it is Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, or Dhyana Yoga, it has to be culminate to the eventually to Bhakti Yoga, to become complete, to become perfect. Therefore, he is using devotional work. So here, Krishna is telling, I have already explained you in 239, I showed you a verse. I explained you analytical study. I explained you also another process is called Buddhi Yoga or Krishna consciousness or Karma Yoga. Two things I have already explained you, Arjuna, in previous chapter. So there are people are there, some people are philosophizing, only philosophize. Like they want knowledge, analytical. Oh, this is not matter, this is not spirit, this is body, this is all analytical. But Krishna consciousness is also devotional work is called also sentiment. The two kind of people they are inclined. Sometimes it's philosophizing, sometimes is working in devotional work. But our Prabhupada said that our Krishna consciousness is the combination of both. Because philosophy without religion is mental speculation. You cannot purify your senses. It's a mental speculation. You cannot come to the conclusion. And sentiment without philosophy is a fanaticism. It's fanaticism. So your so-called sentiment for devotional thing, Krishna consciousness, must be backed up by philosophy. Therefore, our Krishna consciousness is Krishna consciousness means philosophy plus religion. A religion without philosophy and philosophy without religion. That cannot be. You should be philosophy plus religion. Simply religion. I go and belling, go to the temple, bell, go to the temple, simply see the deities. But there is no philosophical understanding. Sentimentally I'm attached. That is not good. That we can fall down. We cannot have a strong faith in Lord. But when it is philosophically convinced, or philosophically we can convinced, then it is more, this is the perfection of our spiritual cultivation of Krishna consciousness. That is Krishna consciousness, combination of philosophy and religion. There are two kinds of philosophy always. The Mayavadi, they are philosophizing. And people are there, they're into religious rites, religious thing. But it has to be both combined. So Krishna is explaining that I have already told you these two kind of things. Then Krishna further is explaining, clearing very nice verse. न कर्मणम् अनर्भान् नैष्क्रम्यमं पुरुषस्नुते न च संन्यासनात् एव सिद्धिं samadhi gacchati. So Krishna say, not by merely abstaining from work one active freedom from reaction, nor by renunciation alone can one attain perfection. Arjuna is very, very important point, this one. This one is Krishna explaining that simply if you want to simply you want to renounce order of life. So renounce order of life can be accepted one has purified by discharging the prescribed duty. Supposing a person who is not purified, all of a sudden going to Himalaya, he cannot sustain his spiritual life. He will be thinking, because he is not purified, he will be again thinking of prescribed duty, sense gratification, all the things. He cannot attain success. Abruptly adopting the fourth order, I am sannyas, now I will give up every prescribed duty and I will go to Himalaya, I go there and sit down and do all the things. No, this is abruptly. So you have to purify. Unless your purification is there, you cannot take sannyas, you cannot take renunciation. Therefore, simply by abstaining work, oh, I do not want to do, that also you cannot get, because you are prescribed, we are not purified. You have to purify by prescribed duty. Everybody has prescribed duty. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Sutra, all the things. Brahmana should act as a Brahmana, Kshatriya should act as a Kshatriya. In this way, slowly regulated. Everything is regulated. Prescribed duty means regulated your action, so that you come to the platform of spiritual consciousness or Krishna consciousness. You simply say, I do not want to do. That will not purify you. And at the same time, you abruptly take renunciation. That also not good, because still you are not purified. Simply you are so bottle transcendentalist, so bottle moralist, so bottle spiritualist. We can see so many Himalaya, Naga Baba and all. What is going on Himalaya, Naga Baba? Ganja, full ganja. Is this spiritualist ganja taking? They have given up everything. They become Naga Baba, naked, nothing. Nothing. They are not wearing anything also. Given up everything, renounce their family, their prescribed duty. But going there, what they are doing? Are they cultivating Krishna consciousness? No. They are full of ganja. You can go see in Himalaya, that's it. So that is not good. Krishna is telling. So everything you should learn from Bhagavad Gita. People do not read Bhagavad Gita. That's why they do not understand. They do not understand who is a spiritualist, who is not a spiritualist, who is a Krishna consciousness, who is not a Krishna consciousness. Simply abstaining the work, no, I do not want to do prescribed duty. That also bad. You cannot purify yourself. Simply renounce, abruptly renounce, that also not good. So Krishna has very nicely say that without understanding spiritualization process, renounce other life also fails. This is also fails. So without purification, one cannot accept. So Lord does not approve this principle. Without purification of sannyasi is a simply disturbance. On the other hand, somebody take the transcendental service of the Lord even without discharging his prescribed duty properly. Whatever he may be advanced in this cause is accepted by Lord. So Lord say in Bhagavad Gita chapter 240, a person, if he is not abstaining from prescribed duty, he is doing prescribed duty. At the same time, he is trying to be purified. That is better. Swalpam apyasya dharmasya trayate mahatabahat. Even a little bit of advancement is still good, rather than not doing anything prescribed duty or abruptly taking sannyas. Both of them is not good. They cannot attain perfection. Krishna is telling, siddhim samadhi gacchati. Nacha sannyasad eva siddhim samadhi gachanti. Both of them is failure. So better to engage in prescribed duty and purify if you are not purified. This is the recommendation of Krishna for the beginners. Don't abruptly know I will go to Himalaya. So then next verses Krishna is telling beautiful. So Bhagavad Gita is the reservoir of all wisdom. Nahi kaschit khamam api jatu tishtati akarmakrit karyate hi avasya karma sarva prakriti jair gunai. So here Krishna continuing, all men are forced to act helplessly according to the impulses born from the modes of material nature. Therefore, no one can refrain from doing something, not even for a moment. See, Arjuna is planning how to avoid. Therefore, he is telling, why you engaging me? I will also go to Himalaya cave. So Krishna is telling that, see, not only you, Arjuna, all men, they cannot, all men without this, they have to work helplessly. They cannot restrain from work. There is nothing possible. This is not possible by restraining from work, even for a moment, because nature of the soul is always active, just like dead body and living body. So living body, why it is active? Because soul is there. As soon as soul goes away, the same body is inactive. That means the nature of the soul always, full of active. So nobody, the body is a dead vehicle only to be worked by the spirit soul. So therefore, it is to be understood that soul is always active and cannot stop even for a moment. Therefore, Krishna says that even for a moment, no one can restrain from oneself from doing something. Everybody has to do something. Everybody has to engage, detected by these modes of nature. Everybody has to be work. But purificatory process is necessary to reaching the point. Whole idea of our action to purify ourselves. Because at this moment, present moment, we are now infected by modes of material nature. We have got infection, mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance, and mixed mode. So we are working under that infection. Therefore, we are not getting proper result. We are not getting out of from this infection. We are not getting cured as long as we are working under this infection. So we have to purify the infection during our working process. So therefore, Krishna is telling that whole idea of this working to disinfect ourselves, purify ourselves. That purification process will come when reaching the Krishna consciousness. So therefore, nobody can restrain from the work. Everybody has to act, but we should act such a technique, karma yoga, so that we can link up with Krishna. As a result, we will purify. We will not have any reaction. As long as we are infected, we are getting reaction. Good work, good reaction, we go to heaven. Bad reaction, go to animal life. Mixed reaction, we become human form of life. So if we are infected with these modes, either goodness, badness, our reaction is also accordingly. Just like a person who is contracted with COVID, he will develop a COVID. If a person is contracted with cold, he will develop cold cough. So that is there. So we have to cure that. Whole idea is curing process. Yoga system is just to cure the conditioned soul who turned away from the Krishna, and in this material world they are suffering, to mitigate the miseries. So next verses we will go. So Krishna is dragging Arjuna to very nicely about the action in Krishna consciousness. Kamendriya samyam yaste manasa smaran indriyarthan vimudhatma mithyachara sauchyate. Very nice verse. Those who restrain the senses and organs of action, but whose mind dwells on the sense object, certainly deludes himself, is called a pretender. See, this is a very important point. This is a very important point, because this is where sometimes these yogis and all who make show of a yogi, but who is actually search after the sense gratification, they are greatest cheater. So Krishna telling, instead of like people are sometimes accepted spiritual things, accepted Krishna consciousness for livelihood, begging, beggar, livelihood. So that is called what you say, impostor or pseudo translator or pretender. Krishna say mithyachara se uchyate. So instead of becoming pseudo transcendentalist for the sake of living and enjoyment, it is far better remain in one business. You do your business and try to become Krishna consciousness. Not that simply I am putting my orange dress, I am putting this tilak, I am putting this big beard, and I am begging for my livelihood. I am accepting this Krishna consciousness. No, spiritual things should not be accepted for livelihood. That is condemned. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati say that better to become a street sweeper rather than showing the deity and earning your livelihood. That is not totally. That is rejected by Krishna. Krishna said they are mithyachara, pretender, greatest cheater, Arjuna. Rather, a sincere person is better, far better situated than a false pretender. Simply to a sober spiritualist, cheat public, innocent public. It's going on. India is a breeding place of all kind of pseudo-transcendentalists. Simply to cheat the innocent public. That is not completely approved by Krishna. Krishna has very strongly used mithyachara sauchyate. Arjuna, they are mithyachara bimudhan. They are bimudhan. Mithyachara. So this is not good for use. Krishna consciousness should not be used for the livelihood. Religiosity should not be used. This is stated in one of the verses, I think 1 to 9 or something in Bhagavatam. Let me find out 1 to 9. I think there's a beautiful verses. He say that one should not use for the livelihood. Yes. Dharmasya apavargasya na artha upakalpate na arthasya dharmakantasya kama labhya hismitaha. So here it is said that all occupational engagement are certainly meant for ultimate liberation. They should not ever be performed for material gain. Furthermore, according to sages who is engaged in ultimate occupational service should never be use material gain to cultivate sense gratification. This is somewhat the same Krishna says also. So it is a mithyachara. You should not use this spiritually for your livelihood. No, that is not advised by Krishna. So what Krishna then advised? Krishna advised here that on the other hand, who controls the senses by the mind, engages active organ in works of devotion without attachment, is far superior. That's a beautiful thing. Krishna say, instead of a pretender or charlatan or an impostor, so better that you better, control your senses and practice something. Whole idea of yoga means indriya samjam. Definition of yoga means sense control, controlling the sense. Krishna says that you cannot control the sense artificially. It is not possible. Yogis and all those like close their eyes, but their mind is always that. See, artificially, this problem of yogi. How a devotee is better than a yogi, better than a karmi, better than a jnani. Because the yogis are forced, just like a naughty boy. You force him, and don't play, don't play. But whenever there's an opportunity, he will play. He will play. Similarly, yogis, they are forcing them. Oh, I do not see beautiful women. I do not see these material things. They are all this closing eyes. But that will not help. Viswamitra also closing eyes. As soon as he hear the Meneka's, Indra sent Meneka the Apsara, and immediately he broke his meditations and he engaged in sense gratification, and Sakuntala born. Such a great lofty yogi, towering yogi like Viswamitra. So this is called forcibly. One way of forcing your senses. That is not good. Another way is that do not force anything, let the senses go whatever he likes. That is what materialistic they do. Andhanta govi, they call uncontrolled senses. Punna punna charvitam, same thing. They go whatever the senses. Enjoy like that. Enjoy. Life is for once. Enjoy. YOLO. Yes. Life is for once for human life. Because you are so much uncontrolled, enjoying the uncontrolled senses. Next life you will not get human life. This is only one human life. You will get animal life. So they do not understand that uncontrolled sense gratification is the cause of material bondage. Perennially, eternally, perpetually. They have no idea. That is stated in this beautiful verses by who? By Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj is speaking to his father. He's taking very nice verse. Matirna Krishna Parataswatava. Mithopi padyate grihavattanam andanta govi vishatam tamisram punna punna charvitam charvanana. Prahlad Maharaj replied, because of their uncontrolled sense, person too addicted to materialistic life make progress towards hellish condition. That is also not good. Forcibly control the sense. Yoga means indriya samyam, control the senses, but you cannot forcibly. That is also not good. The yogis meditation, they are doing forcibly physical process, but that is not good. Opportunity comes, they fall down. Other kind of people, materialistic life, they totally do not control, uncontrolled. For them, the hellish condition, repeatedly chew which has already been chewed. Their inclination toward Krishna are never aroused, either by instruction of other, by their own effort, or by a combination of both. So here is another type of yogis are there, and not yogi, another type of people. But Krishna consciousness is so good, you get a higher taste. So you don't need to, you do not need to change your things. You do not need to forcibly do anything. You will have a punna dushta nirbatate, means you have a higher taste. You want to eat, okay. You offer varieties of prasadam to Krishna. You take. At the same time, what happened? Krishna is satisfied. At the same time, you are also, your senses are satisfied. Because your senses are a part and parcel of Krishna's. So in both cases, in both way, you are satisfied. So you will not hang. Automatically, your senses is controlled. You just use for it higher cause for Krishna. This is called art of living. That is called perfection of yoga. Krishna say, why Krishna consciousness is the perfection of yoga, topmost yoga? Because here you don't have to force yourself and don't have to lose yourself. You have to, everything is dovetailing, everything is connected with Krishna. Then you will be satisfied. Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur never fall down. When a prostitute came, he told, okay, wait, I will satisfy you. But wait, let me finish my chanting. He was chanting Hare Krishna, here high test Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. 2-3 days, then the prostitute became a devotee. He started chanting Hare, she started chanting Hare Krishna. So this is the thing. Higher test means you will give up the lower test. A child is naughty, you cannot forcibly stop him, but give some higher engagement, he will give up this naughty thing. Therefore, Krishna consciousness is a higher test. Prasadam, philosophy, chanting, dancing, everybody inclined to dance, chant, prasadam, philosophy, everything is there. The higher test. Then we will not feel the lower test. That is real indriya samyam. Nirbandha Krishna sambandhi yukta vairagya uchyate. That is real renunciation, real yogi system. Everything we will do is in connection with Krishna. That is the technique. People do not know that. What is the technique? How to control the senses? So many books are written. So many people going to Himalaya. Some people are fed up. They are going, okay, let me go to Las Vegas. Let the senses become so much frustrated, enjoying from more. Sense cannot be frustrated, cannot be satiated. It is like a putting butter into the fire. It will never satiate it. It will more and more increase. They are paying so much money in Las Vegas. They're going to Himalaya, so much austerity, but still they cannot control. Both the side are failure. But a Krishna consciousness person, even he is in the in the midst of crowd city like New York, Mumbai, Japan, Singapore, still he can be Krishna consciousness by this technique. Everything for the Krishna, dancing, prasadam, take nice prasadam, dancing, chanting, philosophy, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Vedic literature, everything can be used in connection with Krishna. That will satisfy Krishna also with you. In this way, we can control our senses. So this Mayavadi philosopher is useless. They simply say, first you become sannyas, then you are recognized. How to control? First of all, purification is there. Another kind of sense gratification. Another kind of sense. They're all sense gratification. Therefore, it is stated that all these karmi, yogi, jnani, all kami, sense gratification. But whereas devotee is niskama because he's very satisfied. He's got a higher taste. He's doing for Krishna. At the same time, all his desire, material desires also satisfied. So very nice. Krishna is explaining, and Prabhupada has given a very nice purport of all these verses to understand what is karma yoga. Niyatam kuru karatvam. Niyatam kuru karmatvam. Karma, very important. Karma gaya hi akarmana. Sarira etrapi chate na prasiddhat akarmana. See, Arjuna is trying to be akarmana. Don't want to fight. But Krishna is telling, perform your prescribed duty, for action is better than inaction. A man cannot even maintain his physical body without war. Krishna is telling Arjuna, you want to avoid fighting. I know your mentality. I am Hushikesha. You're trying to avoid your fighting. Krishna says inaction is very bad. Some people say, oh, why to unnecessary work? Why to get the reaction? Why to entangle in all the things? Better I should not work anything. No, inaction is also very bad. Inaction, Krishna never advocate. Perform your best prescribed duty. So Krishna was talking with Arjuna. Krishna never said, Arjuna, oh, my dear Arjuna, you are my friend, intimate friend and devotee. He told chapter 4, text 3, Vaktosimi Shakasati, you have not got to fight. Everything will be done by me. You go to Himalaya. Go and meditate there. Go. Did Krishna say? No. He never said Krishna. Krishna could have said Arjuna, Krishna is very powerful. He could have done also. But he wanted to set an example. He could give him everything, but still he wanted to engage him in the war. Therefore, one should be engaged in Krishna consciousness along with prescribed duty. That is required. Whatever prescribed duty, Brahmana, but you cannot give up the Krishna consciousness process. Perform your prescribed duty, which is better than not work. You cannot work in Krishna consciousness, then you better perform your prescribed duty. You cannot do that. Supposing I cannot do Krishna consciousness, very difficult, chanting this thing, everything for Krishna. At least perform prescribed duty according to Varnashram system. Varnashram system is very important. Brahmana should work as Brahmana, Kshatriya should be Kshatriya. All these things, Varnashram system is meant for a purification and meant for satisfy Vishnu, satisfy Krishna. Whole thing. This is a very nice, there is a very beautiful verse. It is say that if you are outside the Varnashram system, you are completely gone case, There is beautiful verses. It is say that yes, it is say that very important thing. Dirtiness, dishonesty, thievery, faithlessness, useless quarrel, lost anger, hankering constitute nature of these in a lowest position outside the Varnashram system. So prescribed duty means Varnashram system. The three kind of action is there. One is prescribed duty as for your nature. You are a Kshatriya, Brahmana, engineer, doctor, whatever. You do your work. Second is capricious work, forbidden, against the prescribed duty, against the rules and regulation of Vedas. That is called capricious or big karma. Another called akarma. Akarma is not inactive here. Akarma is Krishna consciousness work. There is no reaction. So here Krishna telling, if we are outside of Varnashram system, this is Bhagavad Gita, telling it is a very lowest position. Very lowest position. You cannot purify. Therefore, at least do your prescribed duty. Better than not doing. If you cannot be Krishna, at least do that. Slowly you will come to the Krishna consciousness platform. Because in the beginning, everybody is very much, very beautiful verses are there to explain very nice why Krishna is more and more interested in prescribed duty. Eh? Because sometimes devotees are not so much into the karma, working his prescribed duty. Devotee are higher platform, they have no duty. But here Krishna is telling those who are beginner, they cannot control their senses. Let them first do the prescribed duty, come to the point of Krishna consciousness. Simply by material birth, human beings become attached within their mind for personal sense gratification, long duration of life, sense activity, bodily strength, sexual potency, friends and family. Their minds are thus absorbed in that, which defeat the actual self-interest. So that is the problem. So by birth, we are so much into the sense gratification process. We have to purify, and purification, this Varnashram system introduced for purification. Those statements of scripture promising fruitive reward do not prescribe ultimate good for men, but are merely enticement for executing beneficial religious duty, like promises of candy spoken to induce a child to take beneficial medicine. So all this Varnashram system induce just like a child. He do not want to take immediately Krishna consciousness. He do not want to take medicine. So the medicine is given how it is like a candy. If you take the medicine, I will give you one rasgulla, one candy, inducing him. You take the prescribed duty, you will get good result. So they're enticing them so that they can purify. At least they will come to the platform of Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, how to deliver them? They are so much into everybody, not only everybody in this material world. By birth, we are engaged in sense gratification. Whole idea of coming to the material world, our material existence is a testimonial that we are after the material sense gratification. Everybody has a lost. Therefore, we are here. We are imprisoned in this material body, in this, and falling down in this material existence. So how to uplift the conditioned soul? Therefore, all this Varnashram system has been introduced, the scientific division, so that by regulation of by the prescribed duty, or regulate our work, because everybody has to work, as Krishna said. Nobody can be refrained from work even for a moment. So everybody has to work according to his nature, either Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra, engineer, doctor, this, that, bank, military man. But one has to regulate his work. That is Krishna consciousness. Regulate his work means we should know that all the Varnashrama system is meant for Samsiddhi Haritochanam. It is very nicely given in these beautiful verses that Samsiddhi Haritochanam, whole idea of this Varnashrama system is meant for one purpose. It is there in Padma Purana. Varnashrama Charavata Purusena Parhapuman Vishnu Radhadyata Pantan Nanya Tosataranam. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, is worshipped by the proper execution of prescribed duty in the system of Varnashram. There is no other way to satisfy Supreme Personality of Godhead. One must be situated in the institute of 4 Varnanas. So whole idea of Varnashram system to satisfy Vishnu. That means come to the Krishna consciousness platform. Therefore, in later verses, Krishna says, those who are Krishna consciousness, they have nothing to do. They do not need to prescribe duty, because they have already satisfying Krishna. They are already higher platform. But to set an example, they do that. Set an example. They do the prescribed duty to teach other people. Because beginner who cannot control the senses, so they have to undergo the Varnashram system, so that ultimately they will come to Krishna consciousness or satisfying Vishnu. That is real purpose of Varnashram. Therefore, it is said that all this system is meant for that purpose. It is stated in another verses in 11th canto that in the material world, the conditioned soul is always inclined to sex, meat eating, intoxication. Therefore, religious scripture never actually encourages such activity. Although the scriptural injunction provide for sex through sacred marriage, for meat eating through sacrificial offering, for intoxication through acceptance of ritual cups of wine. Such ceremony are meant for ultimate purpose of renunciation. Is not meant for encouraging. Is meant for renunciation. But regulate. Once you regulate slowly, that will come to the point of renunciation. That from renunciation it will come to the Krishna consciousness. That is also stated, very nice, important verses. That is stated here, Kapil Dev. नेहात् कर्म धर्माय न वैराग्य कल्पते न पित्तपाद सेवै जीवन अपि मृत्यु हि स. Anyone whose work is not meant to elevate him to religious life. That means all our work is now sense gratification for the purpose, my personal account. I'm working. Why I'm working? I'm working to increase my sense gratification, my personal account. So the religiosity come because you should connect with God. Your work should be regulated. Why? Because by this regulation of work, you will get the renunciation. Whole idea to renounce. Therefore, marriage. Everybody interested in the sex, but you do that, you get married fast. Regulate your things. When you regulate things slowly, you will be detached. Renounce. Oh, it is really not good. Frustrated. So you renounce, come to the point of renounce. And when anyone situated in renunciation that does not lead him to devotional service to the Supreme Personality of God must be considered dead, although he is breathing. That is a very important thing. Here it is stated that you come to renunciation by regulated your work prescribed duty, and that renunciation or detachment, niskama karma, that is to be come to the point of devotional service or Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, it is useless. Simply I renounce. What is the use of that? It is to renunciation is meant to elevate ourselves to come to the platform of spiritual connection or spiritual consciousness or Krishna consciousness. That is real karma yoga, real Krishna consciousness. And Krishna is telling in the next verses the same thing. The next verses is very, very important. Prabhupada has quoted many times. Jagyartha karmana anyatra lokoyam karma bandhana tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sangha samachara. This is very important. Work done as a sacrifice for Vishnu has to be performed. Otherwise, work causes bondage in the material world. Therefore, O son of Kunti, perform your prescribed duty for his satisfaction. In that way, will always remain free from bondage. Whole human form of life is meant to free us from the bondage of material existence. We are suffering on account of this bondage. Birth, death, disease, old age, so many other miseries. So we have to free from bondage. And how we can free? Work. We are doing work. That creates a reaction. So we have to stop this reaction so that we do not have to take birth again. Our work should not get any reaction, either good or bad. Because either good or bad, that causes bondage in this material world. Therefore, Krishna says, Jagyarthat karmano, you do the jagya. Jagya is most important. The sacrifice has to be done for Vishnu. Jagya means Vishnu, Jagya Bhai, Jagya Purusha, Jagya Bhai, Vishnu, to satisfy. So whole Varnashram system or prescribed duty is meant to satisfy, meant for this Jagya Artha, to do the Jagya for the satisfaction of Vishnu. Otherwise, you cannot disentangle. All your prescribed duty come to the point of satisfaction of Vishnu. Some say the Haritosanam. Otherwise, there is no value. So-called renunciation has no value. So-called religiosity has no value unless it comes to the point of. So this is a process. The Jagya is very, very important. It is stated that even you are a householder, you are a renounced, you are a brahmachari, you are a banaprastha. No, you cannot give up the service of Krishna. You cannot give this Jagyarthat, what is that? Jagyarthat karmana. You cannot give up your service to satisfy Krishna. You cannot give up your work to satisfy Krishna. It is stated in these verses 18.5 that whatever you are in Varnashram system, you have to follow. Jagya dana tapa karma. Three things: Jagya, Dana, Tapa, Karma. The activities of Jagya, satisfying Krishna; Dana, charity; Tapa means austerity. Na tajyam karyam eva tad Jagya, Danam, Tapaschaiva, Pavanani Manishnam. Krishna say, act of sacrifice, charity, penance are not to be given up, but should be performed. Indeed, sacrifice, charity, penance, purity, purify even the great soul. So this is a very important point. Even this, you say, I am renounced order, I am brahmachari. No, you have to work in satisfaction. Not that brahmachari come and sleep in the temple. No. Prabhupada very much particular about that. Prabhupada, no. Either you are a brahmachari, you are a sannyas, you are a grahastha, or you are a banaprastha. You have to work. And for what? Jagya artha, to satisfy of Krishna. You have to work in the Krishna service. Because Krishna say, Jagya arthat karmana anyata lokoyam karma bandhana. Krishna also say, you cannot give up this Jagya dana tapa, even after you are renounced, you are a purified soul, great soul. Because it purifies even the great soul. So this verses is very, very important to understand. This is because this verses is actually, is how to work in Krishna consciousness. In this verses it is given. Bondage means working for own account. Just like a soldier is fighting for country under the command of commander-in-chief. He is killing, more and more, getting promotion, getting medal. But same man, he come back at home, he kills one person, he's hanged. Why? Because the killing is not this killing, that killing is not the same. So you work for on your account, that causes you bondage. But if you work for Krishna, that will free from your bondage. You work for the commander-in-chief under the command of commander-in-chief, or for the authority, you will be rewarded. But for your own account, you cannot. Arjuna, the problem is there. Arjuna is same thing. He was not fighting because of his own account. He wanted to become a beggar, give up his Kshatriya dharma, own account, everything for his own pleasure. He do not want to see killing his Bhishma, Drona, all the relatives, for own pleasure. Therefore, Krishna is changing his mentality. Arjuna, do this prescribed duty for me, for my sake. So how much Krishna systematically explaining him? See, Bhagavad Gita is the best gem of all the things, essence of all doctrine, philosophy, king of education. Everything is very, very systematically. How he is bringing Arjuna to the platform of, no, you have to work. That is but for me, Arjuna. And how he is explaining. Simply you cannot say that I do not want to work. Simply you cannot just like renounce. You have to work, but work for me. You cannot stop working also. So many ways he is explaining Krishna, Arjuna, so that he can fight, and get the credit. Of course, everything is done by Krishna only. Get the credit and teaching people. So the prescription of grahastha, sometimes grahastha is coming, Prabhu, you are telling karma yoga, grahastha. How a grahastha become Krishna consciousness? He is working in an engineer, he is working in outside engineer, doctor, or IT company. I'm a manager, I'm getting 10,000, 5,000, 15,000 rupees. What is the prescription for the householder? How he can connect with Krishna consciousness? How he can be perfect like Arjuna has get perfection, even after not changing his profession? Without changing in profession, Arjuna get perfection. How a householder can do? Everybody asking, all devotees, because most of them now in Prabhupada time, 99% grahasthas are full time. Now 99% grahasthas are outside working. The problem. So there's a Prabhupada is given in purport that Rupa Goswami has given a very exemplary things. Whatever your income, because karma means fruitive result, fruitive action. You get some result. That result you have to link up with Krishna. Unless otherwise you cannot be free from bondage. Therefore, how much I'm earning 10K, how much I can, offer for the Krishna cause of Krishna, cause of Supreme. So Rupa Goswami has given the three parts. Whatever you are earning your profit has to be divided into three. 50% for Krishna, 25% for family, 25% for emergency, for your personal emergency. That was the example how the grahastha should live. Prabhupada said that. Not that $100 I'm getting $100, I'm 99% I'm getting giving to my family, 1% to Krishna. Sometimes Prabhupada say, give an example. People come to Vrindavan, all their bank balance, they divide with family, and they came with bid bag. And so that, oh, I have given up all my family, renounce all my money, I'm coming with empty hand. See, only bid bag. This is Krishna. Prabhupada never approved it. Krishna never approved it. Krishna knows how much you're keeping, not how much you're giving. So Krishna is very clever than us. He knows that how much we are keeping it. So simply by show of, no, I have given up everything. No, everything should be used for Krishna. Nirbandha Krishna. Supa Goswami has given a beautiful Nirbandha Krishna Sambandhe Yukta Vairagya Uchate. Everything can be used for Krishna. That is Krishna consciousness. That is real understanding of Karma Yoga. So we can go to the next verses. This is a beautiful verses 3.9. Always remember this verses is Prabhupada quoted very, very elaborately, because the Vedas always enjoin Jagya. Krishna used the word Jagya. Jagya means, like, as I told you, it is meant for the Vishnu, to serve the Vishnu. And that is whole idea. So Krishna consciousness also is the performance of Jagya. So performance of Jagya. Krishna consciousness also Jagya, Sankirtan Jagya. In Kali Yuga, people cannot do all kind of Jagya, Dana, Tapa, austerity. Where they can go to Himalaya? Where is money, charity they will give? Where is this? All the things cannot be practical. Therefore, the practical purpose Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given that Sankirtana Jagya. Jagya hi Sankirtana Prayi Jajanti Sumedasa. Yugadharma Harinama Sankirtana. Simply by chanting, we will perform all kind of Jagya. This is a beautiful verses. This is a great art of doing work. People do not know that. How to become Krishna consciousness. I am working. I cannot give up. I have responsibility. I have liabilities. This, that. But they do not know how to do. Here it is said that Krishna Vannam Pisho Krishna Sangapangastra Parsadam Jagni Sankirtana Pai Jajanti Sumedasa. In the age of Kali, intelligent person perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead, who constantly sign the names of Krishna, sings the name of Krishna. Although his complexion is not black, is his Krishna himself. He is accompanied by his associate servant, people, confidential company. So the Sankirtana Yajna is prescribed by Krishna, that in this age, the Sankirtana Yajna is very, very important. So here we can go to the next verse, 310. See, all verses of Krishna is so much systematically intervened, linking. If you more and more study with Prabhupada purport, Acharya purport, you will be like, oh, the clear conception of Krishna consciousness. Here, Krishna say, in the beginning of creation, Lord of all creatures sent forth generation of men and demigod, along with sacrifice for Vishnu, bless them by saying, be thou happy by Jagya, sacrifice, because his performance will bestow upon you everything described for living happily, achieving liberation. See, this is very important verse. So the whole material world is created for us because we turn away from Krishna. Krishna bahirmukha jiva bhagavancha kare nikatastha maya thare jhapatiya dhare. As soon as we forgetful of Krishna, turn away from Krishna, then material world is created for us. Because we wanted to enjoy separately from Krishna. You do not want to cooperate with Krishna. Fine. Krishna is so liberal, so much magnanimous. He is given a chance, opportunity. You go to material world, you live happily, you enjoy senses. But at the same time, he created the Jagya, because you cannot just enjoy the senses separately from me. You will be suffering here. Therefore, I am giving you also another thing I am creating you. That is called Jagya, sacrifice. After creation, he created this sacrifice. Here Krishna telling this sacrifice and demigod, all the thing is created after this creation of the material world. Why? Because living entity who are entangled in this material world and suffering, they can get the liberation. They enjoy, live happily, so-called happiness, live happily, then also they achieve liberation by performing of sacrifice Jagya. So how Krishna is so magnanimous. He's creating a solution for us. He's creating a solution for us also. We are so adamant. I do not want to stay with my father. Stay with my father. But as a father, very affectionate, he's created this material world. It is not his desire. There's a verse is there, I forgot, 321, 23 or something, or 421. Let me check. It is not desire of Krishna that he created this one. Because of I forget these verses. There is a beautiful verses where it is say that Krishna did not create because of his desire. Let me check whether I remember this verse, which I forget this. There's a beautiful verses is there. Here, there it is stated that Krishna did not create it with his desire to create, but it is created because to accommodate the conditioned soul. Conditioned souls, he wanted to enjoy separately. So Lord is very much affectionate, just like a government is now creating a prison house to accommodate its prisons, accommodate its citizens who are outlaw. We are similarly outlaw. We have torn away, we have break the law of God, we have torn away from the God, transgresses the law of God. Therefore, Krishna is accommodating here. Not only accommodating, he is now creating demigods, create Jagya sacrifice so that we can get liberated. So how we can liberate? Krishna also saying in the next verses. Everything should be understood very thoroughly, then we can the demigods being pleased by sacrifice will also please you. Thus, by cooperation between men and demigod, prosperity will reign for all. See, this is very nice. So here he's saying that performance of Jagya is very important. Jagya means for satisfaction of Supreme. And all these demigods, they are all the administrative representative of different departments. Just like we have America or Singapore, India, Modi government. They have so many departmental, finance department, defense. So there are so many cabinet ministers. So all these demigods they are called empowered administrative officer in the government of Krishna, in the kingdom of Krishna. So here Krishna telling that you have to do Jagya. I have created you. I have created this material world. And you have now fallen down in this material world. You want to enjoy. Okay, you enjoy, but you have to do the Jagya. By Jagya, not only you enjoy, also you get liberation. How Krishna? Because when you give to not only to get happiness in the material world, also to purify the heart of the living entity. That is sacrifice. That is called Jagya. By doing the Jagya prescribed, we can purify, and ultimately we can go back to kingdom of God, a liberation. Therefore, the Jagya is very, very important. Krishna also say that for Satatam, what is that called? Satatam Kirtanti Mama Jajantas Sadruddhavata. Jagya, our real Jagya in Kali Yuga is always chanting the name of the God. In this way, we can easily liberate. You don't need to go through the thing. That is the beauty of Krishna consciousness. But those who cannot come to Krishna consciousness, for them this process has been prescribed. Those who are Krishna consciousness, they have this Jagya. But some they do the prescribed duties to set an example. Later on, we will learn that why this liberated soul also they do the prescribed duty to set an example, so that other will follow. So here it is said that demigod being pleased. So according to Vedic ritual, Jagya is offered to different devas. Vedas say that there are three kind of karma kanda, jnana kanda, upasana kanda. Upasana kanda, there is even karma kanda also there, but upasana kanda particular it is for the given that the Jagya to different demigods are prescribed. So we have so many different demigods. I am getting the water god Varuna. I am getting the air. I am getting the sunlight. Just like your POB bill, your utility bill, you are getting the water from the government. You are paying the tax or paying the bills. You are getting the gas. You are getting so many other things. So you are paying for that. Similarly, different demigods in mentioned in Vedic literature, Upasana Kanda, and Jagyas are prescribed to satisfy them. This is an Upasana Kanda Veda, worshipping different demigods has been prescribed. So demigods are just like a part and parcel of the body of Krishna. So, and Krishna is the king, government king. So each department has got something like Brahma is the director of all the department, Varuna is there, sun god is there, everything. But those who are directly giving the tax to Krishna or Supreme, they do not give to all the departmental things. Those who cannot act Krishna consciousness, for them, they have to go. For all these people, those who are less intelligent, Krishna say, they go to demigods because they want to purify, they want to get some desire, happily live, and slowly purify their regulate work. But that is not prescribed later in Krishna consciousness, because when you pay to the government king, automatically you pay all the demigods. You don't need to separately. Just like there's a beautiful verses is given, so many verses in this regard we will show to understand this one. So although demigod, Krishna say that you have to give to all the demigods, then you can be happy because they are providing you everything. Sun is providing you your debtor, your debt. You have got the debt. Sun is giving you light, everything. So before going to this verse, we can go to this verse to analyze what is meant by this Dagyan to all the different demigods. It is said that Devorsi Bhutataninnam Pitrina Nakinkaranayam Rinicharajan Sarvatmanaye Saranam Saranyam Gotam Kunda Parihitta Kirtam. So here it is said that, O king, one who has given up all material duty has taken full shelter of lotus feet of Mukunda, who offers shelter to all, is not indebted to the demigods, great says ordinary living being, relative, friends, mankind, even one's forefather who have passed away. Since all such classes of living entity are part and parcel of Supreme Lord, one who has surrendered to the Lord's service has no need to serve such persons separately. But Krishna here says that we are indebted. As soon as we take birth, we are indebted to our father, mother, our grandfather. As soon as we are taken birth, we are indebted to sun, moon, because sun is giving light, air, water. As soon as we are taken birth, we are indebted to the our what is that called, sages, because they have given us so many transcendental books, Vedic literature, so that we can purify, we can go back to Godhead. Even we are also indebted to ordinary people. We go to the lawyer, we pay some bills. We go to doctor, we pay fees. So in this way, we are debtor. Once we are debtor means we do not pay the debt. We are criminal, and criminal have to be punished. Now, how to get out from this punishment? We have to do jagya. But I cannot do jagya to every demigod. There are 33 millions of demigods. What to do then? Therefore, here it is said that all these demigods are part and parcel of the Krishna. So when you offer service to Krishna, or if you pay the debt to Krishna, automatically everybody will be getting. To more clarify it, it is stated in another verses that supposing you are a tree, you are pouring the water in the root, automatically all the twigs, branches, leaves, they will get nourished. Here it is stated in this verse, 4:31, 14. So here in this verses it is said that Jatha Torur Mulanishchana Tripyantita Skanda Bhujo Posakaha. So in this verse is very important verse. As pouring water on the root of the tree energizes strong branches, twigs, everything else. As supplying food to the stomach and leaven the senses, limbs of the body, simply worshipping Supreme Personality of Godhead through devotional service automatically satisfy the demigod who are parts of that. Another verses is there, 8, 5, 49, same. So this is the thing. So here Krishna is now telling demigods, you give to demigods. And because those who are not Krishna conscious, they do not know, for them this prescription is given, less intelligent class of people. But those who come to Krishna directly, they do not need to serve all the demigods for Father name. They are not indebted, as I showed you the verses. Those who are serving Krishna, or they are in Krishna consciousness, they do not need all the things. They do not go through all this Jagya process. They are doing the greatest Jagya to worshipping Krishna. So that is beautiful, the beauty of Krishna consciousness. See? So where we are here. In these verses, Krishna telling that in charge of various necessity, demigods being satisfied with performance of Jagya, will supply all necessity to you. He who enjoys such gift without offering to them is in return is certainly a thief. A person who is debtor is a thief. So we have to return it. But once a person who is in Krishna consciousness, automatically he is not a thief. He is already automatically. But if you are not Krishna consciousness, then you have to follow all these things. Otherwise, you are a thief. And thief has to be punished. So go to the next verses, what Krishna is speaking about karma yoga. Very beautiful. Jagya sitosna santa muchyante sarva kilvisha ujante to gham papa ye pachanti atma karana. The devotee of the Lord are released from all kind of sin because they eat food which is offered, they fast for sacrifice. That is the beauty of Krishna consciousness. Jagya sitosna santa. Santa means devotee, sages. They do the jagya. Therefore, they are not debted. They are jagya to whom? To Krishna. Therefore, they are released from all sins. Otherwise, you are a debtor, you are a thief. Thief means you are a sinner. It's a common sense. You are getting money from somebody, you are not paying back, means you are a sinner, you are a thief. Stena, Krishna says you are a thief. So here it is say that the devotees of the Lord, they know the technique. They know the technique because they do everything in conjunction with Krishna. So they do, even they take prasadam, they offer to the Lord. Therefore, Krishna says, Sarva dharman parityada mam ekam saranam vraja. You just surrender unto me. Sarva papebhyo mukhyasami. What is sarva papebhyo means? All this indebtedness. All this debtor. You are a debtor. You have so much indebtedness to so many demigods, forefather. And on account of that, and you are a failure. You are not paying back. You are not paying the debt to forefather. You are not paying to all the demigods, all this forefather. You are a debtor, you are a sin, you are a thief, you have to punish. So Krishna said, never mind. You just surrender unto me. Sarva dharman parityada mamekam saranam vada. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mukhyasami. I will redeem you for all your debt. You will be no more debt. Your jagya is simply to surrender unto me. That is the jagya, real karma yoga, real bhakti yoga, real buddhi yoga. To surrender to the Krishna. You simply surrender. You don't have to do anything. You have got so many obligations, no doubt. So many demigods, so many things you are indebted. No need. You simply surrender unto me. I will redeem, indemnify. I will release you all sort of obligation. Particularly in this age of Kali, who is going to satisfy demigod? So many demigods are there. Who is going to satisfy demigods? Who is going to satisfy forefather? Forefather means Shraddha ceremony. You have to do Shraddha yearly once. Who is going that now? People are busy, no time. Chronic disease, no time. Nobody is going to do that. So you will have a reaction. Then you will suffer. Therefore, Krishna telling, no. By one installment, we become free from all the obligation. Simply come to the Krishna consciousness, surrendering to Krishna. Sarva dharman parityada. How beautiful the Bhagavad Gita. Everything is very so clear. How Krishna consciousness is so important. Then now Krishna is telling about this Jagya Sitosna Santa Sarvachi. So we are becoming debtor and debtor, life after life, life after life, life after life. Therefore, we are taking birth, life after life, life after life, life after life in this material world. How to liquidate all the things? Therefore, say Jagya Sitosna Santa Muchanti Sarvakilaveso. So you want to perform Jagya is also very difficult. Butter, grains, so many things for Jagya. It is not possible. In this age, there is nothing possible. In this age, as I told you, that in this age, intelligent class of people, they will do Sankirtan Jagya. All these rituals is very, very difficult. Therefore, only purpose is that we have to do the Sankirtan Jagya. Therefore, it is said that Jagya Sitosna Santa Muchante Sarva Kilvisa. All your obligation, all your indebtedness will be cleared at one installment by doing Jagya to Vishnu, the Sankirtan Jagya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. So Bhagavad Gita should be understood in that Krishna consciousness, in that Krishna consciousness perspective, like Prabhupada explained it. Then we can become a devotee, we can understand as it is. Otherwise, we will go and do the demigod. Let me find out so many ghee. I will do jagya, this jagya. Monday is for the Lord Shiva jagya. Tuesday is for the Lord some jagya, austerity for somebody, fasting for someone. Wednesday fasting for someone. Thursday some. In this way, 33 million. We don't have time. Particularly in this age of Kali, it is stated that prayena alpayusha अस्मिन् युगे जनः मंद सुमंद मतय मंद भाग्य ही उपाद्रिता. In this age of Kali, people are short-lived, manda, very lazy. What they will do, how they will collect butter, do the jagya, do the austerity, do the charity. Sumanda mataya. If anybody interested, they are also misdirected because of is a breeding place of so many impostors, mithyachara, pretenders, pseudo transcendentalists. So they cannot do that. And also upadrita, we are disturbed, we cannot even earn our livelihood properly, we are always disturbed. So in this age of Kali, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recommended the sacrifice that is called Sankirtana Jagya. This Sankirtana Jagya, Sumedhasa, those who have intelligent class of people, they will do this Jagya. That is Krishna consciousness. That is actually the meaning of Jagya Sitosna Santa Muchante Sarva Kilvisha. And Pachanti Atma Karna, means cooking. Cooking, this is Krishna is giving a very nice example also. Simply he spoke Jagya, but how to do Jagya, Krishna is giving an example of eating. Supposing eating is very important, it is a universal human rituals. We are not like cat and dog that we can eat anything. We have to cook and eat. So cooking means it all kind of sins we are eating. Because cooking also for himself means we are killing vegetables, we are bringing all kind of sins we are taking, because we are not recognizing everything is given by Krishna. Everything, the ingredient like rice, grains, everything given by Krishna. We are not recognizing, acknowledging it. Therefore, we are called steno, thief. We are eating sin only. Therefore, Jagya Situsna Santa means saint and sages, a devotee. They do not take anything without offering Jagya. Whatever you take, you go and give. First of all, my Lord, by your grace, I have got this, eatables. You kindly accept it. I shall take the remnants. That should be there. That is called Jagya. You should acknowledge, recognize who has given everything to us. So that is what called Jagya Sitosna Santa. So what is the next verse? So next verse is that Annad Bhavanti Bhutani Prajnat Anna Sambhava Jagyat Bhavati Prajana Jagya Karma Samudbhava. All living bodies, subsistent food grains which are produced from rains. Rains are produced from performance of Jagya. Jagya is born of prescribed duty. Very nice. So here it is said that everybody food grains. Because in this material world we are imprisoned. We have to get out from the imprisonment. That should be our main aim. Purpose of life, to get out from this imprisonment. So here Krishna is giving a prescription. You do Jagya. Different Jagya is the demigod for father. But that is not possible. We do the Sankirtan Jagya. So Krishna is explaining why Jagya is important. All living bodies, subsistent food grain. Without food grain, we cannot live. Which are produced from rains, because of rains is the cause of all vegetation. Rains are produced for performance of Jagya, sacrifice. Because rains, if you do not sacrifice, rain god is Indra. Indra will not give rain. Jagya is born of prescribed duty, because you do the prescribed duties. Then the Jagya is born. You do your prescribed duty, and for the satisfaction of the demigods or for demigods, then the rain will come, then vegetation will come. This is cycle, everything. So Krishna is explaining why it is necessary. regulated activities are prescribed in the Vedas. Vedas are directly manifested from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Consequently, all providing transcendent is eternally situated in act of sacrifice. See, Krishna is telling why I am the center of the sacrifice, why I am the central point, because all these regulative activities prescribed in Veda, and Vedas are directly manifested from the Krishna. Vedas Narayana. The Veda is Sakshat Narayana, manifested from the Lord. So consequently, everything now coming back to the Supreme Lord. So that means all our sacrifice only should go to the, it has to go either directly or indirectly. Indirectly through the demigods or directly to the Krishna. You can directly Krishna, that is called Sankirtan Yajna. Directly Krishna consciousness is a direct Yajna process. These are indirect process. But central point is Krishna, is meant for Krishna. All this prescribed duty, everything is meant, all the Yajna is meant for Krishna consciousness, is meant to satisfy Krishna, nothing else. Nothing else. That whole idea is to change our mentality. Our mentality is to for our sense gratification. We should change the mentality. No, no, no. I have to change mentality for Krishna satisfaction. That is called Yajna. That's all. That is called Karma Yoga. That is called Buddhi Yoga or Krishna consciousness. You go into the store, you purchase something. You are purchasing for yourself. No, I will purchase for Krishna. You purchase something, cook for Krishna, offer and get it. That is whole idea, technique of Krishna consciousness. So this is the technique that Arjuna is followed it. Whole Bhagavad Gita is all about the example of Arjuna, how in the beginning of the fight he did not like to fight. He wanted to gratify his senses. I shall be happy if I do not fight my kinsmen, because in fighting they will be killed. I will be sorry, and that is not good, palatable for me. So whole program is his own sense gratification. Krishna is now speaking that no, you change your mentality, Arjuna. No, no, no. Krishna is telling that you change your mentality, you work for me, Jagyartha Karmana. You fight for me, Arjuna. Whole idea to induce him to fight for me, that is the Jagya. Otherwise, you will be implicated. Not fighting also implicated, or you fighting for your gratification also implicated. Either of the cases. But you fight for me, that is the real perfection of your work. That is Karma Yoga. So now Krishna is telling that Krishna is telling that how devotee performs yajna. Now he's telling that regulative activity, everything is coming to me only, mine. Then in next verses, Krishna is speaking about that, oh my dear Arjuna, one who does not follow in human life the cycle of sacrifice thus established by the Vedas certainly leads a life of full sin, living only for the satisfaction of the senses. Such a person lives in vain. Oh, so here Krishna telling that necessity, ultimate goal of performing yajna, and necessity of yajna. So this Mamonist philosophy, they say that work very hard, enjoy sense gratification, is condemned here. The Mamonist philosophy say that no, karma mimansa, you work and enjoy. No, performing yajna is absolutely necessary. Otherwise, you're full of sins. You will be condemned. You will be suffering. That is whole idea, that Krishna is now refuting all this thing of hedonistic philosophy, work hard and enjoy. Whole idea of the yajna, so that we can satisfy our sensory pleasure. At the same time, we are not entangled in the reaction of sense gratificatory work. Just like a devotee, he is eating also nice prasadam. If you come to our Krishna Consciousness Center, you see so many varieties. Paneer, this, that, puri, halwa, paneer, basmati rice. So that senses, we are also getting sense gratification is there. But this sense gratification is spiritualized. Because it is offered to Krishna, we are getting the remnant. We are not entangled with the reaction of sense gratificatory work. So this is the beauty of Krishna consciousness. We do the same sense gratification, but at the same time you immunize to all kind of reaction. That is Krishna consciousness. We do everything in connection with Krishna. everything. That is immunized. There is no question of stopping our desire, Krishna consciousness. We don't stop our desire, we just dovetail our desire to Krishna's desire. Arjuna is a fighter man, he fighter, but he just changed his fighting spirit, that's all, for Krishna. And by performing all these things, if you don't know, do not become Krishna consciousness, then this is just a moral code. No, that is not. All our renunciation, all our jagya come to the point of to become Krishna consciousness. As I showed you, 323:56 was. All your karma should come to regulative principle, religiosity. All religiosity come to the point of renunciation, and renunciation should come to the point of devotional service or Krishna consciousness. That is Krishna is trying to say here, that this is obligatory, this is very necessary, absolute necessary jagya. It's not an option, it has to be done. Then Krishna is telling a very important thing here. But for one who takes pleasure in the self, whose human life is one of self-realization, who is satisfied in the self only, fully satiated, for him there is no duty. There's an exception case. That who cannot, who do not need to do jagya, who do not need to, do all kind of the prescribed duties, all these things. So Krishna say that a person who is already a fully Krishna consciousness, fully satisfied, no longer has no duty to perform. What does it mean? So who is eligible to give up the prescribed duty? So scriptures assign the duty according to one's material attachment. Supposing one is attached to Kshatriya, fighting, you are Kshatriya, attached to business, Vaishya, Sudra, in this way, and while letting him fulfill his desire and is regulated. That is what Veda says, scripture assigns. But who is eligible to give up this prescribed duty? Here it is said that only person who is self-satisfied, self-realized means Krishna consciousness. A person is fully Krishna consciousness, he has no desire to fulfill, nor he need any purification. A person who is doing prescribed duty because he has got desire to enjoy, therefore prescribed duty is given to enjoy. At the same time, it is regulated. Jagya, sacrifice. You have to do the sacrifice so that it will purify. So two things is important. So try to understand this point. All the devotees try to understand this point. All this prescribed duty is given for two purposes. First of all, you enjoy, fulfill your desire because you have come to material world to fulfill. At the same time, purify yourself. But a Krishna consciousness person, he doesn't have any desire. Hitatosmi Swamin Najache Barav, Durba Maharaj. He wanted kingdom of God. He see Krishna. He told, when he become Krishna consciousness, he told, I don't want anything. Yam labda cha paramalava. Once you become Krishna consciousness, you have no desire. You have got everything. So they have no desire. Devotees have no desire, material desire. Spiritual desire, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Na dhanam na janam sundarim kavitamba jagadisha kama. Mama janmani janmani sure bhavatad bhakti. Na dhanam na, no material desire. At the same time, purification also active Krishna consciousness. Krishna says, Sarva dharman parityaja mamekam saranam. When you become Krishna consciousness, you will be purified automatically. No need of separate process, because Krishna consciousness itself is a purificatory process. You don't need to do all prescribed duty to purify yourself. So when a Krishna consciousness person is eligible to give up this prescribed duty. Therefore, Krishna consciousness platform, Prabhupada says, that beyond this Varnashrama platform. It transcends the Varnashrama. That is the beauty of Krishna. It's a higher platform. Sometimes they say, Brahmana say, oh, I am Brahmana. But a devotee is higher than Brahmana. He is not obliged to do all prescribed duty. I am a Brahmana, I have to do Brahmana job. Then I will get all purification. I am Kshatriya, I do Kshatriya, I will get purification and also enjoy. No, I don't have to do all the things. A devotee means already, he have no desire, material desire. He do not need purification also. He is purified. To try to understand. So Krishna consciousness is purifies. Due to Krishna consciousness, impiety within the heart instantly gone. That is the beauty of Krishna consciousness. Sunnatam sunbatam sokata Krishna punya sravana kirtana udantastani abhadrani vidhunati swastatam 217 1 to 17 Bhagavad Gita, the Srimad Bhagavatam. He says that Krishna consciousness by hearing Krishna Katha, so we purify all impiety gone. Fixed in identity, we know that we are subservient of Krishna. Mamayansa jivaloko jivabhutta sanatana. Ekelo Krishna arasara bhatta. Jivara sarupaya nitya Krishna. We know the identity. A Krishna consciousness person knows his identity. He is self-illuminated by the grace of the Lord. He do not need any kind of thing and loses all material interest. No. Bhakti paresanubhava virakti ranyata. Bhakti means we will no need of all this material desire. Don't like the material desire. They're disinterested. Just like in Krishna consciousness person. You ask them take meat, they will not eat meat. Why? Because they have no material desire. They have lost the interest of all material. Meat, fish, all these things, coffee, tea, no. Free from all obligation because they are taking shelter of Krishna, therefore free from all obligation. They do not have to do for father. Oh, I have duty for my family duty, my wife duty, husband duty, all things not obliged. He is not obliged to serve for his son, for family, for father, demigods, because he is serving the Supreme Lord. Once Supreme Lord is served, everybody is automatically served. You are free from obligation. Therefore, a Krishna consciousness person only eligible to give up this prescribed duty. Everybody has prescribed duty. Brahmana is working patana, patana, jajana, jajana, dana, pratigaha. So all this Khetri also. So they have, everybody has got some prescribed duty. But for a Krishna consciousness person, he do not need anything. He is above all the things. He is engaged in Krishna service enough. He is not obliged. So then Krishna is telling about, very interesting, third chapter is very interesting to understand. Then Krishna is telling about a self-realized man has no purpose to fulfill in the discharge of prescribed duty, nor he has any reason not to perform such work, nor he has any need to depend on any other living. So Krishna had a little bit of twisted here. He had told that he has no purpose to fulfill a discharge prescribed duty, nor has any reason not to perform also. Because he is anyway, whatever he do is do with Krishna consciousness. So there's no reason that he will not perform it, nor has any need to depend on any other living being. He do not need any other depend on any other living being. So Krishna here wanted to say that a Krishna consciousness person, purified soul, prescribed duty without attachment to set a proper example. Whole idea is that Krishna is telling that that he is not anything to do. He has nothing to do with that. If we work also, it's fine, because he's working for Krishna. He do not work prescribed duty also, it is okay, because everything is connection with Krishna. So he's telling, there is Krishna here telling, nor he is any obligation. He has no obligations. He has no need of doing discharge duty. Even after he did or he performed any prescribed duty, that is also fine, because anyway is Krishna consciousness. All his duty, prescribed duty, also going for Jagya to satisfy Vishnu. So there's nothing for him. He is fine. Anything is fine for a Krishna consciousness person. Therefore, without being attached to the fruit of activity, one should act as a matter of duty, for by working without attachment, one attains supreme. That is very important verses. So this is very important also. Krishna is now telling that without attachment, tasmada asakta satata. So that without attached to the karyam karma sanchara. So without just to set an example, common people, Krishna consciousness person, a purified soul, perform his prescribed duty without attachment. He does not need to do, and also there is no reason that he do not do that. He can do also, but without attachment. That is the difference. If he is not doing, that is fine, because he is not obliged to do. If at all he is doing it for the sake of set an example or teach others how to do a karma yoga, how to do a Krishna consciousness thing, how to do your prescribed duty properly. He do it, but without attachment. Without attachment, he does. That is the without attachment to the fruits. That is the thing of a purified soul. It's a matter of duty. Just like Arjuna, you do it a matter of duty. Don't think of your gain and profit. But it should be done under the proper guidance of spiritual master. And it is for the Krishna. In this way, if you do, one attains supreme. This is an example of Janak Maharaj. Janak Maharaj is father of Sita. In the next verse, we see that how the Janak Maharaj example has been given. Even Krishna example, even Arjuna example. Krishna also Grahastha. Krishna is Supreme Lord. There is no work is prescribed for him, but he is working now. Kings such as Janaka attain perfection solely by performance of prescribed duty. Therefore, just for the sake of educating people in general, you should perform your work. Although you say that I am Krishna consciousness, I don't need all this prescribed duty. But to set an example, to educate people how they can come to the, by prescribed duty, how they can come to the platform of Krishna consciousness. To teach people the technique of Krishna consciousness by prescribed duty, by performing prescribed duty. You should do it. Just like Janak Maharaj. He is a very purified soul. He's a Mahabhagavat, Mahajana, 12 Mahajana. He does not need to all these things, Varnashrama system, all the things. He does not need to go do all the things. But in Janak Maharaj, he was very much perfect in Varnashram system. In his kingdom Mithila, they were very nicely following the Varnashram system. Why he was doing? To set example so that innocent public, the conditioned soul who are entangled in this material world, can learn, to educate them the technique of Varnashram system, technique of prescribed duty, so that ultimately they can come to the Krishna consciousness platform, which is liberated platform. That is whole idea, to set an example. Therefore, Arjuna, you should also work like this. You should perform your work. Although you may say that I know everything for Krishna, everything for God. So, but still, to set an example, you should fight. So Krishna is encouraging Arjuna. You perform your duty. Even after you are perfected in your karma yoga, you are perfected in your prescribed duty. Still, even though you are not obliged to do prescribed duty, and you have perfected that one, still to set an example, to educate people, you should do that. Krishna is telling. So how he is encouraging Arjuna to fight? By giving a very philosophical and very scriptural evidence, scriptural statement. Whatever action a great man performs, common men follow. Whatever the standard is set by example, at all the world pursue. That is a very important verses, because Prabhupada also say that is very, very important, because we are leader-driven society. Everybody following, somebody will following socialist, somebody will following capitalist. Everybody is a leader-driven society. We are living in a very leader-driven society. Sometimes our leader is our mind. So we cannot say we are not under any leader. If we are not following any leader, we are leader our mind, which is very dangerous if it is not controlled. So here Krishna says, Yadya chacharati shrestha, tad evatura janaha. So Krishna also performs prescribed duty, although he has no material desires. Krishna says that there is no work prescribed for me, but still I do work. What for? To teach people. So in these verses, Krishna says that the great men usually, whatever the great men performs, the common people follow. You see political leader, whatever they say, everybody follow. Hitler, you say Mussolini, Napoleon Bonaparte. All these people are leaders. They're motivating people. So therefore, a leader, of course, they are material leaders. Krishna consciousness leader, like Janak Maharaj, Arjuna, Krishna, they are leader. Leader of all leader is Krishna. So they should perform so that common men follow. Because that is the inclination. That is what you say, Prabhupada written that is a natural. The people in general always require a leader who can teach the public by practical behavior. A leader cannot teach public to stop smoking if he himself smokes. Lord Chaitanya said a teacher should behave properly before he begins teaching. One who teaches in that way is called Acharya, ideal. Therefore, teacher must follow the principle of Shastra. Therefore, here Krishna telling you follow. A leader has to follow. A leader say that I am not following proper. I will not do the prescribed duty. I will only teach. No. In order to teach, although he is high grade, still he has to act, giving exemplary act. Acharya means achara, by conduct, by exemplary act, who lives the life. That is called acharya. And himself Krishna say that Arjuna, O son of Pritha, there is no work prescribed for me within all three planetary systems, nor I am in want of anything, nor I have need to obtain anything, yet I am engaged in prescribed duty. Krishna himself say, I have nothing. It is stated that Krishna has this purport also it is said. In purport it is said that Natasya karyam karanam cha vidyat. Krishna has nothing to do. He is controller of everything. But still he is engaged in prescribed duty. He is a householder, he is a Kshatriya, he is a Vaishya when he was in Vrindavan, he is a Kshatriya when he was Dwaraka. Householder also. He is showing example by doing prescribed duty. So Krishna says that I am doing all the things, although I have no prescribed duty. Why? Because to set an example, to keep social tranquility or social, progress in spiritual life. Spiritual duty in social contest. That's what he was telling this word. Spiritual duty in social contest we have to do. So in social contest we have to do to bring the people in a very progressive spiritual life, to establish the religion. Therefore he is coming, he told. Otherwise everybody will ruin without dharma religion. Yada jada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam siddhamayam. So I am here coming to establish the religion. So this is to set an example. Krishna comes. Then Krishna is speaking to Arjuna, for if I ever fail to engage in carefully performing prescribed duty, O Partha, certainly all men would follow my path, because Krishna is the leader. Everybody will follow path. And if Krishna, everybody is following path, what happened? If I do not perform prescribed duty, if all this world would be put into ruination, I would be cause of creating unwanted population. I would thereby destroy the peace of all living beings. See, therefore Krishna is coming to establish the dharma and killing the miscreants. Sometimes people are accusing Krishna, why you are inducing violence? Krishna says, for Krishna is dharma is important, not the violence and non-violence. Dharma sanstapana arthaya. Because if he is not establishing the dharma, then what will happen? People become adharma, predominant rise of a religion. Then unwanted things will come, unwanted population, Varna Sankara. Then peace of all living being, society will be ruined, deteriorated, destroyed. Therefore, Krishna telling, I come to set example. I perform to set example so that other will follow. If I do not do that, then other will be ruined. They do not know what is dharma. So Krishna is teaching. Bhagavad Gita is all about dharma. Krishna is teaching what is our human dharma. What is the paradharma? Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam saranam. You change your mentality. You all are working for your sense gratification on your account. That causes your material bondage. You work for me, for my cause. Then you will be liberated. Then, as the ignorant perform their duty with attachment to result, the learned may similarly act, but without attachment, for the sake of leading people on the right path. So, ignorant people, they have attachment. They are working for on account. But learned person, they will do also same thing, but without attachment, to show them that how to act properly. Because with attachment causes bondage, without attachment causes liberation. I'm little going fast now because a real theme is already covered, that how to do the karma yoga yajna, and particularly in this age of Kali. And If a person is Krishna consciousness already, still he has to do the yajna without attachment to show, to educate people in general, just like Krishna and Janak Maharaj is doing. Now, so as not to disturb the mind of ignorant men attached to the footing result of prescribed duty, a learned person should not induce them to stop work. Rather, by working in the spirit of devotion, one should engage them in all sort of activity. The gradual development of Krishna consciousness. That is a little bit of important point for a preacher. So here, Krishna say a self-realized person and Krishna consciousness person should not disturb others who are attached to fruitive factor. So the all performance of sacrifice that is put into Veda, including all direction of material activities for understanding Krishna. Vedesya sa aham eva Veda, to understand Krishna. So these people are sent. Whole idea is that because the conditioned soul do not know anything beyond sense gratification, they study the Veda to that end. They do not study beyond that. They only know how to work with attachment for sense gratification. And they read Veda also, Karmakanda section, up to that point. They do not go beyond that. But through putative activity, sense gratification, regulated by Vedic rituals, then they will come to the point of understanding Krishna consciousness. They will gradually elevate it to Krishna consciousness. Try to understand this point. So why Krishna say you should not disturb? Because these people are so much ignorant, so much attached to it. They're reading Veda Karmakanda section for their own sense gratification. But if it is regulated, then they can elevate it gradually. Therefore, whole idea is that the self-realized, they do not disturb them, but rather they teach them how to do that with a regulative way, without attachment. You can come to the Krishna consciousness platform. Then next verse we will go. This verse can be little bit of elaborate, but time is prakate kriyamanini gunai karmani sarvas ahankara vimuratma katthamiti in manave. Very important word. Spirit soul builder by influence of false ego, think himself doer of activity that in actuality carried out by three modes of material nature. So this is very important. So people say I am free. You are controlled. How you are controlled? Because your body is created in this material world, and this material world working under the three modes of nature: mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. That means you are controlled by your all three activities. How can you say four? I'm free. Because of false ego, you are thinking I'm free. That is the whole idea. Person in material consciousness is convinced by the false ego that I am the doer. I am doing. They do not know that mechanism of body produced by this material nature, which works in three modes of under the supervision of Krishna. Krishna says, Maya Dakkhasana Prakriti, Swate Sacharacharam. They are thinking, I am the door, because they are convinced by false ego. As soon as we are torn away from Krishna, the super soul is now captured by false ego. Is convinced by false ego. The soul is which is pure, is convinced that I am this body. But they have no idea this body is mechanism of body is produced by this material nature, and material nature works with three modes. The controller is there, and supreme controller is this supreme Lord. Ma Dakkhasana Prakriti Swate Sacharacharam Hetunanena Konte Jagata Viparivartite. Chapter 9, text 10. So person in false ego takes all credit for being the doer independently. They do not know that is carried out by the modes of material nature, which is also under the control of Krishna. So Krishna is the supreme controller of everything. Sarva Karana Kara. They have no idea. Therefore, Arjuna, they are thinking I am free. What you are free? You cannot even control the call of nature. You cannot control your disease. You cannot control your death. You cannot control your thirst. You are hungry. Your body you cannot control. You are telling that I am the doer. What kind of doer you are? So they have no idea how the body is working. So therefore Krishna says that one who is the knowledge of Tattvavitu Mahabahu, who is in knowledge of the Absolute Almighty Am, does not engage himself in the senses, sense gratification, knowing that well difference between work in devotion, work for fruitive result. So here Krishna telling that those who are in knowledge, because people are ignorant, they do not know. That those who are in knowledge, they know that work in devotion is better than work in fruitive result. Because work in fruitive result, I am the doer, I have to enjoy myself. Mammonist theory, I am working hard, I enjoy, I have the right, I have the prerogative, to enjoy because I have worked hard. They do not know you are working hard. With body also, there is a controller. 3 modes is controlling. And above the 3 modes, Krishna is controlling. Not a blade of grass moves without the sanction of Krishna. They have no idea. They are thinking, I am the doer, I am the enjoyer. So therefore, those who are in knowledge, they know all the things. That I am not the controller. So the next verses is there. Bewildered by the modes of material nature, the ignorant fully engage themselves in material activity, become attached, but the wise should not unsettle them, although their duties are inferior due to performer lack of knowledge. So those who are ignorant, materialistic, they do not know. They do not know how to work because they have no knowledge. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita is a knowledge, is a wisdom to enlighten us, to enliven us, to enrich our life. We should not neglect this Bhagavad Gita and attend the demand of the body, demand of your profession, your personal gratification, personal engagement. No, people are not interested in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna is speaking so much, 46 verses, I think. So much verses, 43 verses, something like. So many he is speaking. He's speaking all the things that person who is in should not unsettle them. But devotees, those who are little advanced in Krishna, they try to act such a way to bring them to Krishna consciousness platform. Therefore, preaching. Therefore, they are very elevated. Therefore, Krishna is always say that my devotee is more worshipable than me. They try to unsettle them, but in a very aesthetic way, very proper way. So here this verses is the very important verses. This is actually, this verse is the purpose of Bhagavad Gita. Chapter 3, I know karma yoga. Do you know these verses properly? Then how do you say I know karma? My sarvani karmani sannyasa adhyatma chetasa nirsayi nirmama bhutva yadasya vigatas zwaraha. This is a very, very important. This is called the purpose of Bhagavad Gita. Therefore, O Arjuna, surrendering all your works unto me, with full knowledge of me, without desire for perpetuity, with no claim to perpetuity, free from lethargy, fight. These verses is actually a Prabhupada says the purpose of Bhagavad Gita. Lord instruct one is to become fully Krishna consciousness to discharge his duty. Arjuna did not have to consider the order of Krishna. He simply has to execute the order. A military man never asks why I should fight. He simply should execute the commander's order. That is Krishna consciousness. Therefore, Krishna says, my sarvani karmani, all your work surrender unto me. All your work. No more personal consideration. Arjuna is thinking of personal consideration. Why shall I kill my kith and kin? They are after all my kith and kins. They are my relatives. They are my Mahanubhava. This Bhishma is my grandfather. Drona is my Acharya. Krishna, you never killed your Acharya. You never killed your forefather. So many argument is giving. That is not Krishna consciousness. Real Krishna consciousness means that you should not expect any fruitive result. You should not having personal consideration. Simply execute the order. You don't have to be any profit. A cashier goes to the bank and counting millions of dollars, etc. But he does not claim a cent person, this is mine. Although he's counting, giving to others, but he never claimed this is my thing. So you should not have proprietorship also. Because nothing belongs to me. What I will renounce. I have come naked, I will go naked. Isavasyam idam sarvam. Everything belongs to Krishna. Muktaram jagyam tapasam sarvaloko maheswara. He is the sarvaloko maheswara. Everything belongs to him. I have nothing. Everything belongs to Supreme Lord. So surrender all work unto me, with full of knowledge of me, simply sentimentally no, full knowledge of me. That why? Because Krishna is the proprietor of everything. He's a supreme proprietor, supreme enjoyer. And without desire of profit, you have to work, just no need of your consideration whether I have to get money. A cashier will not think that if I am giving so much money, shall I will get or not. No profit loss. You just work. No desire for profit. And with no claims of proprietary, free from lethargy and fright. So you have to follow these beautiful verses. This is the purpose of Bhagavad Gita, how to become Krishna consciousness to discharge duty. And Krishna say in the next verse that the person who execute their duty according to my injunction, who follow this teaching faithfully without envy, become free from bondage of fruitive action. How to perform it? With faith and without envy. Then he becomes free from the fruitive action. That is actually the purpose of Bhagavad Gita. That is purpose of Karma Yoga. That is purpose of Buddhi Yoga. That is the real understanding of Krishna consciousness. My Sarvanika, everything do for Krishna with knowledge, without proprietorship, without profit, with faith, faithfully, and without envy. Then you can whatever you do work, you can never be bondage. Therefore, Prabhupada says that is a purpose of Bhagavad Gita. 330. Then Krishna is telling here that, but do out of envy disregard this teaching, do not follow them regularly, are to be considered bereft of all knowledge, befooled and ruined in their endeavor for perfection. So Krishna also they say those who are not following, flaws of not being Krishna consciousness. Out of envy, they disregard the teaching. Oh, I don't care of Karma Yoga, I don't want to understand what is this, how to work. No. So these are they are ruined. They cannot. So there is a punishment for disobeying the order of Supreme. Just like there is a punishment for disobeying the authority of your country. Similarly, there is a punishment. So therefore, unless one is coming to the platform of Krishna consciousness, transcendental platform of Krishna consciousness, one cannot get free from the influence of these three modes of material nature. One cannot free from this bondage. Therefore, Krishna say 7:14, Maya Dakkhasana Prakriti Swati Sachara. Sorry, what is that was 7:14? Daive Saguna Mai, Mama Maya Duratai, Mam Jo Prapanjante Maya. Without being Krishna consciousness, one should not give up occupational duty. No. No one should suddenly give up prescribed duty, go to Himalaya, so-called yogi. No. But you have to become Krishna consciousness under a superior training of bona fide spiritual master. Then one will be freed from clutches of Maya. As Krishna says that, if you are not following my teaching, how to learn the teaching from a spiritual master? Just like I am speaking, all this is from the purport of Prabhupada, under teaching of Prabhupada. Nothing adding, nothing minus. So in this way, you should launch, then we can free. Otherwise, Krishna say, ruin their endeavor for perfection. We will be ruined. We cannot get perfection. Even a man of knowledge act according to his own nature. For everyone follow the nature he has acquired from the three modes. Who can repress and accomplish? So here Krishna is telling, see beautiful verses. So Indriyartha is telling that there are principles to regulate. Now Krishna is telling that even a man of knowledge act according to his own nature. For everyone follow the nature he has acquired from the three modes. Who can? So everybody is acting according to the nature. Supposing I am infected with a disease, I will develop that disease. So I am infected either mode of goodness, mode of karanam gunasangasya janma janmishu, 1622 Bhagavad Gita. According to our infection, we develop that disease. According to our infection or attachment to the modes, we work. We acquire that nature and we work. Either mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance, or combination of that. Nobody will, nobody will avoid that. So therefore, Krishna consciousness is very important. Otherwise, you will be entangled in three modes of material nature. Three modes of material nature we will be entangled. So here it is said that there are principles to regulate attachment and aversion pertaining to sense their object. One should not come under the control of such attachment and aversion because they are stumbling block on the path of self-realization. So Krishna is telling very nicely. So who are Krishna consciousness? They're naturally reluctant to engage in the material sense gratification because they are the stumbling block. So, but who are not in such a consciousness, they follow some rules and regulations for revealed scriptures. Unrestricted sense enjoyment, as I told you, 7, 5, 30 verses, Prahlad Maharaj is speaking. Andhanto gopir, visatamisram, punna punna charvitam charmanam. That causes engagement, material engagement or material entanglement. But who follow the rules and regulation of the revealed scripture does not become entangled by sense object. So there is scriptural injunction how to get married and having this, so all the thing. So one therefore discharge the duty in Krishna consciousness. Then those prescribed for others, materially prescribed duty enjoined in according to one's psychological conditions, everything that will be automatically covered. So Brahmana is like supposing Brahmanas, a Brahma, this is the whole idea. Whole idea is that one should work, regulate his attachment or all the thing according to scriptural laws. Shastra vidya uschada. If you do not follow the Shastra, which is coming from the Krishna, then you cannot get any perfection. Therefore, we should regulate our activities according to Shastra. Shastra say here, Krishna also says 16th chapter, ye Shastra vidya uschadya vartate kama karata, na sa siddhim avapnati, na sukham, na paramagati. So he who discards scriptural injunction act according to his own whim attains neither perfection nor happiness, nor the supreme destination. So we should regulate all our activities according to Shastric injunction. Otherwise, we will be in problem. So therefore, Krishna continuing that it is far better to discharge one's prescribed duty, even though faultily, and another described perfectly. Destruction in course of performing one's own duty is better than engaging in another duty, or to follow another path is dangerous. So it's very important to understand. A Brahmana is working as a Brahmana. Brahmana means mode of goodness, non-violent. A Kshatriya is non-violent, violent. He is working mode of passion. So it is better to follow the Kshatriya and kill or engage in fighting rather than become a Brahmana. I want to beg. Arjuna telling, I want to become a beggar. So Krishna is refuting is that. So everybody has to cleanse his heart, gradual process. So you have to work according to his own nature. You should not change my, I am a Brahmana now. Arjuna telling I am a Kshatriya, I want to change to Brahmana. No, he cannot do that also. That is also dangerous. Because supposing you think of example, Arjuna become a Brahmana. He did not want to fight. Okay, fight is cancelled. Arjuna become a beggar. He's begging. Somebody will say, oh, you are a beggar, you are a burden of the earth. What the Arjuna will say as a Kshatriya? He cannot tolerate, he will kill that. That is dangerous. That is irreligious killing also. That is not religious killing. Kshatriya should not do that. But they have this fighting spirit. So therefore it is dangerous. Krishna says very dangerous to change, change your occupation to other occupation. It's very dangerous. So because whole process is that if everybody perform under the direction of bona fide spiritual master, gradually he will be like cleanse his heart. Whole idea is cleanse his heart. That is the distinction between this, that is the distinction between how one should discharge one prescribed duty, faultily another duty perfectly. Then Arjuna is saying, this is the last page of this canto 3 about the lost. So Arjuna is asking, O descendant of Vishnu, by what is one impelled to sinful act, even unwillingly, as if engaged by force? So Arjuna is asking, supposing a person, why he will commit a mistake? What making him to commit mistake or any sinful activities? So, because we are talking about karma yoga means everything related to activities. So Arjuna is asking that what is impelled that a person will do the sinful activity? So Krishna is telling here, although living entity does not want to act sin, but he was forced to act. But why? Why is forced to act? It is not the super soul is inducing him, no, but due to another cause. What is that cause? This problem is that you should understand this. Krishna says this is the lost. Krishna is answering this one. Supreme Personality of Godhead, it is lost only Arjuna, which is born of contact with material modes of passion, later transformed into what? Which is all devouring sinful enemy of the Lord. So when the living entity comes in material contact, material creation, the eternal love for Krishna transformed to the lost. Kamendriya Priti. The Kamendriya Priti, the Krishnendriya Priti become Kamendriya Priti. He's become love to lost. Love for Krishna become lost. Because when he was in spiritual world, his activities is meant to love for Krishna. It is called love. Is meant for satisfaction of Krishna. Therefore, it is called love. Krishnendriya Pritivancha kare tar nama prema. Atmendriya Krishna vancha kare tar nama kama. It is stated in Chaitanya Charitamrita. In spiritual world, we have love for Godhead. As soon as we are in material contact, we are always thinking of our own personal sense gratification. Therefore, that love become lost. And when that lost, just like a milk come in contact with the sour tamarind, it become curd. It will not become milk, it will become curd. Similarly, when you material contact means that love become lost, and that loss become wrath, anger, mode of passion, and wrath, anger is mode of ignorance. All will gravitate us towards down, and we become entangled in this material world, life after life after life. So our greatest enemy is the lost. That will call lost is a mode of passion, and it become degrade or gravitate and demoted to lost, wrath, anger. Because when lost is not satisfied, it become anger. From anger, delusion of everything. 262 is there, Krishna is speaking that how from the lost everything will come down, you become animal platform. We can come down to animal. Therefore, when we are falling down, we are falling from top to down, not down to top. Because we are falling from mode of passion, lost, then coming down to anger, then slowly mode of ignorance up to point of animal life. So we do not fall from down to up. We are from top to down. So Krishna telling, therefore, lost is our greatest enemy. First of all, you check this lost. All devouring sinful enemy. As a fire is covered by smoke, as mirror is covered by dust, as embryo is covered by womb, the living entity similarly covered by different degree of loss. So everybody is here is this is a very comparison. Is 3 level of covering is there. So smoke, fire, because everybody has got the covered by this lust. Just like a smoke is covered by fire, fire is covered by smoke, dust is covered by mirror. Everybody is covered. This is a very good analogy Krishna is giving. So lost is there because as soon as we are coming out from Krishna, there is a lost. Love transformed to lost. Thus, the wise living entity, pure consciousness, become covered by the eternal enemy in the form of lust, which is never satisfied, which burns like a fire. The problem is that it will never satisfy. It is burns like a fire. There's a verses is there in 9th canto. I forget 19 something. Just like a fire. And lost can never be satisfied, just like a fire. If you put butter or ghee, it will not distinguish. Sometimes also philosophy. Also philosophy is there. Supposing you have got material desire, you have got lost. You just enjoy unlimitedly, indiscriminately. Then you will be disgusted. No, that also philosophy is refuted by Krishna here also. And also in Bhagavatam it is said that it will never be satiated. It's just like a fire, you putting the ghee, it will never extinguish. So Krishna here it is telling that no, Arjuna, which is never satisfied, which burns like a fire. Because of lost, the enemy, so we are now entangled in this material world. We are forced to act very sinfully. against this principle, prescribed duty, against the principle of Krishna consciousness. The senses and mind, intelligent, are the sitting place of this lost. Through them, lost cover the real knowledge of the living entity, bewildership. See how Krishna is giving up so much knowledge to us. He already told our enemy is lost. He's telling what is the strategic location the lost is sitting. So that we can know that where is our enemy and we try to kill him. So this is what very nice, because senses are important. Senses, through senses, we are interacting with, mind is interacting with the world, material world, through senses. So senses is giving some, supposing I see some very, I see something which is very sense gratification. Then it comes to mind. Then mind is thinking of all the things. So in this way, our mind is polluted. Our senses are polluted, our mind is polluted, and also our intelligence also polluted. As a result, the soul is very precarious situation. Therefore, Krishna is telling that you should first of all, that you should know that the sitting place of this lost is mind, intelligence, senses, intelligence. Sorry, senses, mind, intelligence. Because Krishna say in the next 3:41-42, the controller of this body, how the body is hierarchy. Arjuna, best of the Bharat, in very beginning of this great symbol of sin lost by regulating the sense, slay this destroyer of knowledge for self-realization. See, only by Krishna consciousness you can do. Otherwise, there is no question of doing this. There is no question of doing this. So here, in the last verses, Krishna is speaking, the working senses are superior to dull matter. Mind is higher than sense. Intelligence is still higher than mind. The soul is even higher than the intelligence. So, the senses are now polluted, because is interacting with the material world. Mind is higher, mind is director. But mind is also, if mind is polluted, he will not control the senses. And intelligent, if that is a polluted intelligent, he cannot control even the mind, even though he is higher. And higher than the soul. If soul is not contaminated by false ego, now in material world is contaminated by false ego. But if it is purified, if soul become Krishna consciousness, he understand real ego, that Jivera Swarupa Nitya Krishna Dasa. My constitutional position is a subservient of Krishna. I am not the doer. I am not the Lord. I am not the enjoyer. Krishna is the enjoyer. So everything I should do for Krishna. Then that is real intelligence. That is called Krishna consciousness intelligent. Or intelligent is become purified. And when intelligent is purified, the mind is purified. Mind is purified, senses are purified. So how very systematically, scientifically. So therefore, if one is coming to Krishna consciousness platform, automatically his intelligence, senses, mind, intelligence, everything in control, everything is purified. The lost cannot even capture the strategic location, sense, mind, and intelligence. The enemy will be vanquished. So Krishna consciousness is the declaration of war against the Maya. What is Maya? Maya is nothing but lost. Therefore, Prabhupada says that Krishna consciousness is declaration of war. So this practice should be there, how to become Krishna consciousness under the guidance of spiritual master. Then we can perform this, what we call bhakti yoga and all this yoga, properly the karma yoga, all this Krishna action in Krishna consciousness. We can properly do that. This is the last verses where Krishna says that the knowing oneself to the transcendental, to the material sense, mind, intelligence, Almighty and Arjuna wants to steady mind by deliberate spiritual intelligence, Krishna consciousness. Thus, by spiritual strength, conquer the insatiable enemy known as lust. See, is the last verses. Krishna is summing up same thing I told. Once one becomes Krishna consciousness, automatically all his things. This third chapter of Bhagavad Gita is conclusively directed to Krishna consciousness by knowing oneself as the eternal servitor of Supreme Personality of Godhead, without considering impersonal voidness, the ultimate end. In the material existence of life, one is certainly influenced by the propensity for lust and desire for dominating the resource of material nature. Desire for overloading and for sense gratification is the greatest enemy of the conditioned soul. But by the strength of Krishna consciousness, one can control the material sense, the mind, and intelligence. One may not give up work and prescribe duty all of a sudden, but by gradual developing Krishna consciousness, one can be situated in a transcendental position without being influenced by the material senses. the mind by steady intelligence direct towards the pure identity. This is the sum total of this chapter. In the immature stage of the material existence, philosophical speculation, artificial attempt to control the sense by so-called practice of yogic posture can never help a man towards spiritual life. He must be trained in Krishna consciousness by higher intelligence. Bhakti Vedanta purport. Nobody can even argue on this. Thus, end of the Bhakti Vedanta purport to third chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita and the matter of karma yoga, or the discharge of one's prescribed duty in Krishna consciousness. Thank you very much. Beautiful chapter. How Prabhupada sum up that we have to be Krishna consciousness, not by artificially trying to be stop all the things. No, we cannot do that simply by renunciation, going to become yogi or become impersonal or become karmic. We have to, everything has to be regulated. Initial stage, we should be regulated. When we develop Krishna consciousness, we don't need to oblige anything prescribed duty. We are doing the highest duty. No need of prescribed duty for purifications and for sense enjoyment. No, Krishna consciousness person is always free from material desire and purified also. He does not need to all prescribe duty. So the technique of Krishna consciousness 330 is that everything we should, Krishna consciousness means all our activities should be surrendering to Krishna. My sarvani karmani, Krishna says. Every work should be surrendered without perfect, without attachment. Knowing that with knowledge that Krishna is the proprietor of everything. So that is the purpose of Bhagavad Gita, how Arjuna is performing karma yoga or buddhi yoga or bhakti yoga. There is no much difference between karma and bhakti. Prabhupada says that. The only thing that in karma yoga, one is attached to fruitive activity. In bhakti yoga, he is direct Krishna consciousness. All this direct service to Krishna. That is the precondition stage, almost same. It will come to the stage. It will lead to the Krishna consciousness. Karma yoga lead to Krishna consciousness. Therefore, Krishna is more emphasized karma than jnana. Arjuna is asking in the beginning, jnana is good or karma is good? Krishna says karma is better. Karma is better. So, thank you very much. This is all about the Krishna consciousness, chapter 3, action in Krishna consciousness, karma yoga. All goes to Srila Prabhupada, Granthara Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai.